Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. I enjoy doing your readings so much, and I appreciate y'all for coming back time and time again to hear me out and to tap in so that you can get some advice on your individual circumstances. But do understand, as always, the disclosure never changes. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. There will be gems for any and everyone. Sometimes the entire reading may not resonate, but you may hear a part of the message that gives you some insight into your own situation and sparks some inspiration for you to handle your business. And that's what this is all about. So we're going to ask our spirit guides, tarot cards, beautiful angels, ancestors, please provide us with the guided messages for today. Please help Gemini to see all things clearly. So we're going to do the Celtic spread. I haven't really done that. I don't think I've done that for y'all ever. So this is going to be the first. And I don't know why I have not been using this spread before, because it's so informative. So Spirit, what is the messages that you have for Gemini? We're going to do this comprehensive reading for you, Gemini, and let the cards speak. And je listen. That means you listen. So here is the current situation, the challenge, the influence, the past, what led up to it. This is what your focus is right now. See if we can fit all this in the frame. The near future. This card is you right here. And then this is what the environment is. Hopes and fears. And the possible outcome. All right. Okay, Gemini. So let's see what's going on with you at this point in time. So right now, your current situation is the Three of Pentacles. You may be finding it hard to vibe with some people right now. I feel like you might have pulled yourself back from a situation which would allow you to coexist creatively with like minds, or maybe you might feel as though these people are not on your level. So this could be something dealing with maybe you got invited to like a work function and you're like, I'm not going because I don't vibe with these people like that. We don't vibrate on the same frequency. And it's tough because these are people that are in your niche or in your field, and you need to network to build your business, especially if you're planning on branching out on your own to do your own thing. Having this experience will help you to, you know, see how the people in your field are thinking. But you feel like these people really don't know what the fuck they be talking about. Half the time they get paid to do a whole lot of nothing, and you're really passionate about what you have going on, and it's just a bit of offensive to you that you even have to rub shoulders with certain people to get to the next stage in your life. I feel like the challenge in connection with this situation is that you have to consider how you portray yourself to other people. Sometimes people may not seem like your tribe at first because everyone is trying to make it in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes people do things to try to impress you, Gemini. You may not realize it, but sometimes you do come off as a little bit arrogant. And because you have so many things under your belt that you've accomplished to this point, you're not just who you are. You are the shit. You're the ace boon coon. You the motherfucker that people come to for advice. You don't go to people for advice. They come to you. And not only do they come to you, you charge them for a pretty penny. So I feel like you've been in this space for a while, because with the Four of Cups energy as the lead up to this situation, you don't just take any opportunity just because it's available to you. You take it because it's lucrative and you can benefit from it, and you could build a connection that's meaningful to you. But you've gotten to this point and you're just like, I'm not going because I don't vibe with these people like that. We don't vibrate on the same frequency. And it's tough because these are people that are in your niche or in your field, and you need to network to build your business, especially if you're planning on branching out on your own to do your own thing. Having this experience will help you to, see how the people in your field are thinking. And you're just like, I don't really mingle with these type of people, and I'm not really sure what these type of people means for each of you Gemini. Remember, this is a general reading and it may not resonate, but for whomever this message is, it's just like you feel like these people are, I don't want to say beneath you, but you feel like they don't really care enough about the situation, the craft, or this creative shindig to even be a part, because it's like you got maybe years of schooling or you're self-taught in this thing, and they're just trying to jump in and jump out. It's almost like someone is a nurse and they don't really like people, but they love getting paid $50 an hour. So they just doing it for the money. And you're doing this because this is whatever you're passionate about. So the Six of Wands is what the challenge is just that you have to be the inspiration that you're trying to see. You have to inspire people to see your point of view, even if they don't agree with it, so they can understand why you don't always want to show up to things when you're invited. I also see the subconscious influence is that you're on this money train. And people want to jump on this train when they see that it's lucrative and it's paying out. And that's what your problem is. And I feel like this is a common argument for you with your colleagues. It's just like people don't take this gig seriously. So you could be like a financial advisor, or you could be in real estate, or you could be in the field of like brokerage. But you're doing something that you're very passionate about, and you do it in a way that has put you at the head of your field, of your team, of a person to be reckoned with, and you know this shit. You could be a COO or a CEO, or you could be somebody that works on their own and is contracted to assist, and people want to get to know you better, but you just feel like these people are shallow. But these people may have connections that could take your business to the next level, and you may even be able to put them in position to assist you, but you just have to inspire them to see things the way that you see it. Even if they don't agree right away, or even if they don't agree at all, they'll respect it because of who you are. But isolating yourself because of it, or not trying to show up, and at least you're not one to show off your accolades. You're not one to try to be like, okay, this is me, this is what I got. You just ain't trying to waste time right now. And that's what I feel. You just in the energy of just trying to get it, and you're not trying to waste no time with nobody who just doing shit just because they think it's going to pay them really well, and they not putting their heart and soul into it the way that you have. And then now your focus right now is to build a bigger business. I feel like you want to build your network, and it's always coming back to, how are you going to build a network with people who aren't just about the money, when money is just as important as your network? Because that is the motivation at the end of the day. But I feel like your spirit guides are challenging you to see beyond your box. Because believe it or not, even though you're this big successful person, you are still putting yourself in a box. You have to diversify your connections in a way that it makes you uncomfortable, so that you can elevate to that vision that you have right now. And I feel like you're going to take that step. You're in the thinking stages of considering to change the way that you network, to change the way how you handle people, so you don't always come off as this arrogant asshole that doesn't give a fuck about anybody but your vision and what you're trailblazing. But the thing about it is, having that attitude is what got you to this point thus far. So that's why you're not very big on considering changing it. But I feel like you're going to have a turning point that's going to make you consider changing it with what's to come here with the King of Pentacles. I feel like if not already, you may have crossed paths with this King of Pentacles energy. This may be the owner of the company, the co-owner of the company, or somebody who is showing you they're doing the same thing that you're doing a Gemini, but they're doing it better. They're showing you how to be more open. They're showing you how to think critically. They're showing you how to remove your emotions from your business. They're showing you how to elevate without being so cutthroat. They're showing you how to cut throats, but to put band-aids on it, basically, and how to stitch it up. Yeah, that was disgusting. So I feel like you're going to meet this King of Pentacles energy, someone that doesn't need to even write down their plans before they execute. They have people delegated and in position to make things happen for them. They're going to show you how to think critically and balance out that emotional imbalance that you have when it comes to this particular thing that you got going on. But this is something that you're really invested in, and you just don't want anybody to touch it, because people take shit for granted when they think they could take advantage. So that's where you at with it. And now with how you affect the situation, I feel like you're gonna have an idea. You're gonna get an aha moment, like, oh, okay, with you considering how you can maneuver in a way that doesn't have to be so unpleasant to get people to do what they need, what you need people to do for you, you're going to realize, okay, I just needed a little bit of mental clarity. I feel like you just have a lot on your plate, Gemini. And with you being so successful right now, it's just like, you don't want to take a risk of fucking it up by being around people who don't appreciate this level of success, or people who just want to jump in and jump out and don't really want to commit, only just in here for just a quick gain. And that's not how this works. I feel like you may also be into copywriting, or you may be a motivational speaker. Maybe that's what you're passionate about. There's so many different things that you're good at, Gemini, and I just feel like you're building a business under like an umbrella company, and you're expanding, and you just see like you're a light and a force to be reckoned with. But because you're so fiery, you might have a lot of fire in your chart. It's just that people find it hard to approach you, and they try to invite you to things, and you always smacking their hands, because it's like you got to make an appointment with Gemini to get close to Gemini. So you affect this situation with you always have ideas of how people could work on your accord, but you never really considered working on anyone else's. And I feel like that's what's going to be pivotal and detrimental for you in the upcoming months. You're surrounded by people that are inspired. You're surrounded by people that want to actually help you and want to be a part of the opportunity. And that's what you need to recognize, Gemini. I think that for a while now, you've been moving in this way where you just want to work on your own. I think that's just what it is. Like you have this thing where if you could do it yourself, you're going to do it because you feel like you're the only one who could do it, right? So you need now to utilize your resources, because these people that are reaching out to you and trying to work with you and trying to build with you, they actually want to be a part. And while some people don't see right away that this is more than just about money, you can inspire them by actually being involved and putting yourself out there, because I feel like you work alone a lot, but now you can put yourself out there so that you can build this business the way that you want to. And I also feel like you fear that you can't trust these people. You can't trust anybody. And it's true, you just can't trust anybody, but that's where your intuition comes in. That's where your high priestess energy comes in, where you have to see the cause and effect of what you're doing and look at things from the outside looking in, and also living in the moment and being involved so that you don't overlook the circumstance, because the possible outcome is the hangman. It's just you having to pull back for a little bit to see how you can make changes, and those meaningful changes, so that you can elevate past where you are. I feel like you're just so used to doing things like the same way. I feel like you don't want nobody on no team. I feel like you enjoy contracting shit out that you can't do to people that you don't know, so that you're not tied to anyone, and you can just dispose of people when you don't need them, because you don't want anyone affecting your business in an emotional or personal way, or doing anything with this Seven of Swords energy to try to take you down because they're jealous. They don't know how you do it. You don't express too much how you do things. You just are a boss ass motherfucker, and you're in this position right now, Gemini, and your spirit guides are just saying, use this position to grow past the way that you're used to thinking, because that's how you're going to elevate to the next level in your life. This is someone who's making major career moves right now. Spirit, is there any final messages that you have for Gemini? Any final messages that you have for Gemini? This is an amazing reading, because this is someone who's been trying really hard to make changes in their life financially and finally had a breakthrough, and you just don't want nobody to fuck it up. That's all it is. You've seen how people get when they see too much money moving and they just want their hands in it, and they don't really give a fuck about how their hands is in it. And that's how people fuck up the legacy that you build. But Gemini, you have to realize that you can hire, just like you outsource work and shit, you can train people to be like you. See, you have to change the way. You have to not be afraid of change in order for you to manifest this life that you're working towards. Because your old way of doing things while it's working, it's an equation that does not, it doesn't falter. Eventually it will, and you have to pull back now and regroup and look at a new plan and a new way to attack your goals, and include people as much as you don't want to, because these days you can't stand people. You're like torn in between the two, because you do need space away from your business, but you're afraid that if you stay away too long that your business is gonna falter. But that's not what it is, because this business run on its damn own, Gemini. That's not it. It's just that you have to open up more. And I mean that in a figurative and a literal sense. And I feel like you will, with the possible outcome being the hangman, or the hanged one. You're going to see the importance of including more people in your situation and opening up your senses and your intuition to see who's for you and who's not, so that you can put people in position to relieve yourself of some of these duties and to build more and more on in other aspects of this business that you have going on. This is big business. Congrats, Gemini. Whoever this is, you on to some other shit. You on to some next level shit. Your ideas are flourishing, and you just don't want nobody fucking up what you got going on, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But you have to come from a place of abundance and understand that as you abundantly give, you will abundantly receive, and you're not given to receive, but you have to have an open heart and open mind, and still have that emperor energy, and you know, putting your foot down when things needs to get done, but still also having that nurturing energy of the empress, to know that there is also a time to be a little bit softer and more open and kind, and showing up for people, even though you don't want to be around people. And we could talk more about that in your personal reading when you book your personal reading on www.tellemshottarot.com. Click the book a reading link. The information is in my description. Share the video if it resonated. Click like, turn on post notifications, drop a comment for a goddess, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Love and light, tribe.